Hi, if you're a Virgo born August 23rd to September 22nd, let's tune in and find out what's in store for you in February 2018. Well, it feels, Virgo, like, a lot of times you're up to service. You're always giving to everybody else. And this month feels like you need to take care of yourself. This month feels like you've been burning the candle at both ends maybe, but the universe is saying you need to slow down. You need to take care of you. You need to shine that light inside and see, what do I need? And it could be that you need to go out, or it could be that you need a trip, or it could be that you need a special doctor, or you need a massage, or you need lunch with your friends, or you need a romantic getaway. But I see the focus shifting to what are my needs, what's good for me. And this could cause a rift with some of your family members. It could be that your significant other or your partner or your boss or your best friend feels slighted, or feels like maybe you're making the wrong choice, or the choice that you're making is a selfish choice. And your feelings may get hurt by that, because you're one of the most selfless signs there are. You are always giving. You're always of service. You're the worker bee. So there may be a little bit of a tiff, and what you're being asked to do is to not go away, not be hurt, but to be able to know that you're in your right, and that you should say that, and you should let them know what your needs are and not feel bad for asking them. So there may be this opportunity or this crossover where you're going to have to speak up and say, well, I need this. This is for my well-being. This is what I need, right? And it may cause some hurt feelings with those closest to you momentarily, but in the end of the day, it will be good, because then you won't have resentment, and you'll be happy and whole, and life will be better for everybody that you love. So let's go first to romantic relationships. For those of you in a romantic relationship, coupled relationship, let's see what's in store for you for February. So you're going to have a great opportunity to get what you want. And I just see you really happy, and I see you really moving in the direction of your dreams. And some of you may be newlyweds or planning to get married, or you may be even planning a second honeymoon, or, renewing your vows. But I just see this strong love between the two of you, shared love and happiness. There's also, it feels like a wedge that's between you, that's kind of keeping you apart. And it could be unspoken resentments, or hidden secrets, or unfinished business that one of you or the other has, even in potentially a relationship that doesn't include you. So it could be something that has to do with their ex or their ex's children, that maybe you're not up to speed on, that's in the space. Or it could be just some conversations that you haven't been willing to be honest with each other about. But it feels like it's a little bit of a wedge, and it feels like this month you may find out about what exactly that is, or it comes to a head, so that you can actually feel closer to that person. And sometimes, it's painful to get to the bottom of somebody else's pain, but I do feel like both of your hearts are there and committed and in the right place. And so because of that, I think you'll be able to get through this. So the energy, by the way, I just want to say, in February, there's a lot of planets. Everything is direct, but because it's direct, there's some of these planets may be creating, like Uranus and Neptune, may be creating fantasies or illusions. So even though there's all this love, there's so much love pouring into the energy field this month, but that some of us can get caught up in the fantasy, or can get caught up in the illusion. For those of you Virgos that are interested in love, you may find like all of a sudden you're head over heels in love, and then you find out that maybe they're not on the same page, or you find out, oh, I forgot to ask, and you find out he's married and he's not leaving his wife, right? Or you find out, they're 20 years you're younger, or you find out you're 25 and they're only 17. It's like, oh my God, how'd that happen, right? So there's these shocks, these things. So you wanna, date and have fun and do it with your eyes wide open. Okay, and so get your facts straight, make sure that, it's not all about the lust, that you really enjoy yourself, but at the same time, that you have grounded conversations, because this is an energy that will carry you away and you're just up in cloud nines and loving it, and that's fine. And if you want to be in that space, good. Just don't get caught up in any fantasy in your head that it's real. It may be real, but we won't really know that until the end of the month, because there's just all this confusion and this fantasy that we're able to hear what we want to hear, and they could be telling us, they could tell us 2 or 3 times, I'm seeing other people, I'm dating other people, and you're like, yeah, you're my boyfriend, right? So we hear what we want to hear. So just know that this is energies happening, so you don't get hurt. But absolutely you can fall in love this month, and absolutely couples can get deeper and more closely connected this month as well. I also feel you're going to have to be generous with your time, and just really, not be afraid to spend time with the other person, and not be afraid to listen to them. But I feel like you have to be generous with your time, being patient with them, those sorts of things. And if you do, I feel like so much more is going to come back to you. Okay, let's move on to just one thing I want to mention. There's a lunar eclipse that happened in Leo on January 31st, and that was very similar to an eclipse that happened 19 years earlier on January 31st, 1999. And if you were old enough and you can remember back then what had happened those following 3, 4, 5, 6 months, it'll give you a glimpse as to what might happen in these next 6 months. Now, there's also another eclipse on February 15th, a solar eclipse in Aquarius, which is also a new moon. So let's see how that might affect Virgos. You want to be careful. It could make you sharp-tongued, razor-tongued, right? So there could be something with your communication that slices and dices somebody else. So you want to be careful with your tongue around that date, because it could there could be tension, and it could also be in around relationships, and it always has to do with hurt feelings, right? At the core of it, you're hurt. So just be aware that there's some energies at play, and they go away fast. This isn't, it's not a big thing. It is something that you can get through, and it's something, if you know it, just avoid it. Just avoid the conflict. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Come back a couple hours when you're calm, or the next day, and then have a level-headed conversation, right? That would be the best way to handle that energy. Okay, on the upside, it can open new doors for you around money. Like, I really see opening new doors for you with money and with stability. Some of you might find yourself moving more in the direction of the stock markets, or moving more in the direction of commodities, and being successful there. So you might find yourself, investing in real estate, or learning new things to invest in. And so that new moon may bring you into, that eclipse may have you take up another trade, or another, education, higher learning for you. So it may open doors for your curiosity to take on a new class. Maybe you're somebody older who wants to learn about computers, and so suddenly your mom wants an iPhone, or she wants to learn about Facebook, right? Teach her, let her, put her in a class, right? So these are the projections that can happen with that solar eclipse. Okay, so let's look at money for Virgos. I think that's how we got on that. Anything else about money for Virgos? Well, I feel like you have good instincts, and I feel like, some of you are very good at knowing how to save money and knowing how to calculate what you need. So I feel like this is nice. I see you finding some money, finding surprise money. It may be even that, or it may even be that you have a stash and you need to go to that stash, but you have it to use. So that's good as well. So there's additional money for what you need. So that's always good. All right, let's look at your health for Virgos. Teeth are important this month, so get your teeth checked. Make sure you're on top of things. If you haven't been to the dentist in a while, get to one. My concern is that you might have a crown or a chipped tooth, or something or a root canal, or something that kind of flares up, that if you aren't proactive and get to the dentist first, to catch that, you're going to end up going there at an emergency or in pain or something like that. And if not now, it could be, in the months ahead. So you want to get into the dentist, to take care of business there. Okay, let's look and see if there's anything unexpected for Virgos. Yeah, I just get this this unexpected happiness about you getting what you want. And whether that's you're traveling or whether it's a career move or a position, I see you actually being happy, and it's like, I've wanted to do that for a really long time and now I'm doing it. So I feel like there's a long-term goal that actually comes in for you that makes you really happy, and it's like, yes, finally. So it could even be, that you've been wanting to have a baby and you find out you're pregnant. You've wanted to get married and now you're engaged, or you wanted to change job and the job's come in, or you wanted to move and your house sells so you can. But it feels like something you've been longing for a long time and actually shows up. So a really nice way to end this little reading here for you. So it's a terrific month for you guys. Enjoy it. So much love pouring in this month. Have fun. Live in that fantasy. Just do it with your eyes open. Enjoy it. I hope that you like my intuitive astrology, and if you do, please click like. Please feel free to comment below. I'll come back and check out the comments and add to them. And please share it with your friends. Have a wonderful month and a happy, happy, happy Valentine's Day. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.